Alright, so I'm just going to get started here. People will hopefully trickle in. If not, it'll go on YouTube. Fatality versus Blue DM13. A very odd map by the standards of the year 2000 because it has a lot of stack. A lot of these early Quake 3 maps, you have 2 yellow armors and a 50 HP. This map, you have 2 yellow armors, you have a mega health, you have a red armor. If you've played DM13 in Quake Live, and I am sorry for pausing, I'm going to try not to pause too much. If you played DM13 in Quake Live, the start probably looks a little bit weird. We are on Blue's point of view here as he comes up against Fatality. He spawns at that mega health. He drops down and picks up a yellow armor. The Quake 3 version of this map is weird. Yellow armor right next to mega health. No map designer would do this these days. You know, it just wouldn't happen. We got audio. Audio confirmed. Thank you so much. Puts my soul at ease. Okay, so no map designer in 2021, no map designer in 2005 would put a yellow armor next to a mega health. This is really weird, and it means that being in control of the mega health on this map is really powerful, but the yellow armor gets really out of sync. So sometimes players can steal a yellow armor away when the mega isn't up, but it really means that you have to time these two items very, very carefully, because if you can control them both, it's a bit of a power position. You know, especially compared to how easy it is to take damage getting red, especially with how much more powerful Quake 3 rockets are compared to Quake Live. Yeah, so this is basically what I'm trying to say here is this is a really good start for Blue. He's primed to pick up everything on the map, right? I don't think Fatality got red off of this spawn. He's going to come for this yellow. Blue's here to pressure it. That's a huge clutch rocket for Fatality. If Fatality doesn't hit a clutch rocket there, he pretty much just dies, I think. That rocket keeps Blue at bay. It means that Blue can't just push in and chase down the frag. Okay, Fatality did spawn on red. That's really fortunate. But Blue made the push at a really smart time. He's able to back away, he's able to wait out this red armor. No pressure from Fatality. I'm guessing Fatality's licking his wounds a bit and collecting some HP, but because Fatality puts no pressure down there, Blue gets the red for free. He's going to get this mega for free. Interesting as well, actually, that Fatality does come and steal away that lower yellow armor, so the stacks aren't quite as uneven as I kind of hinted that they were last night when I tried to do this map. But yeah, Fatality drops down, makes a huge risk onto that mega, and basically I think that's the only thing he could have done there to, well, other than trying to drop down on the other side of mega, he needed to do something at that mega, otherwise Blue was going to have an absolutely disgusting stack and be able to just, you know, force his way around the map. Now instead, Fatality has the stack, he has the position, he can drop away to this red, he can drop away to yellow armor as well if he wants to. Blue is not going to have a lot to play with, and yeah, Fatality takes yellow armor and red there. He's going to be able to keep Blue off of pretty much everything. Blue chips away quite a bit at Fatality's stack, but not enough that he's going to be able to win this mega. I'm surprised that Blue is quite so passive there. Like, I think you can definitely afford to take a few more pot shots towards mega, and, you know, you still get across that yellow armor quite safely. He thinks about rocket jumping for about a microsecond before backing away. And so, especially after that self-damage, right? Like, if he drops down smoothly onto that red, he gets red, no question. But it's fairly easy to take this yellow while red's up, and very interestingly, Fatality doesn't take this red. So Fatality has an advantage, and instead of actually taking items or fighting at items and, you know, trying to maintain that advantage, he plays the position at the top of the map. He's just thinking about damage, he's just thinking about position, and he lets Blue actually stack up to a really scary point. The problem for Blue is actually getting to the top of the map here and getting to a position where he can fight and, you know, leverage his stack to win a fight. And right as Blue decides to come up to the map, and this is deliberate by Blue, I'm pretty sure. He comes up while that mega's being taken, so not only does he get all this stack, but he gets position as well. He's looking for Fatality to take the bounce pad after mega, or to rocket jump, and then to come by. This is a really interesting position. Again, something that you don't see in Quake Live. I think they made that platform smaller to make that specific spot a little bit weaker, because it feels like a little bit of a cheese play. It feels like a little bit not great, but anyway, it's there, and we're going to see it used again in the next few minutes. Blue continues his armor domination, and now he's in an interesting spot because he can continue to cycle these armors, but you're very vulnerable while you take these armors, and so if he just continues to play armors, he's basically committing himself to being at a position disadvantage for the rest of the game, right? And it's going to be hard to push and get this frag. Fatality, you know, while he doesn't have a great armor stat, he's not going to have a bad one, and Fatality's just gotten all the information he needs without opening rocket, but he chooses to come up the bounce pad, and Blue's able to drop down onto the mega for free. And also, while Blue's up there, right, because Blue's plan in that situation is probably to hang around with the mega, hit a little bit of damage, right? Fatality gets mega, Blue would be able to drop down and get red. But in that situation, Fatality comes from completely the wrong position, Blue drops down and gets mega, and Blue, we've seen he's got the timing here, he knows that this red armor's up, he's going to come around completely for free, drop down and collect this red. And Fatality is so slow getting out into this room, he's not able to get any spam damage down. So perfect for blue there. Really nice spam rocket for Fatality, actually. That nullifies a lot of what blue just collected. And this fight is just nuts, okay? Both players hit a lot, but Fatality especially cleans that up. Blue's rocket aim is phenomenal to watch, okay? He hits so many directs. I played a few games of Vanilla Quake 3 against Strahl earlier today. The rockets are really hard to connect with. They're powerful when they hit like anything because the splash is so different to Quake Live, but hitting directs like that is not easy, right? These guys on bull mice are able to just hit such nice shots. But another important thing to note about Quake 3, fully random spawns, okay? So blue, he's going to pop out right in front of Fatality there. The worst thing that could have happened for Fatality. There's a lot of HP on this map, so there's a lot of room to restack after fights, and unfortunately it just can't happen for Fatality there. Blue, he's going to have a bit of a stack advantage, but just 70 HP, it's going to be a little bit scary. Really beautiful timing on that Mega to steal it away. Fatality wasn't planning on making a clutch play anyway. You know, this is the kind of place you have to be careful of being, and Fatality, you know, probably just sticks his head out a little bit there, realizes blue's looking the wrong way. I think he actually shift walks forwards a little so that he's able to close the distance without making noise. And then the LG in the back, you know, it's going to be hard for blue to get away from this. Again, blue's rockets are really, really strong and actually forces the neutrals. So keeping us in this tight game here. And, you know, it's solid play by Fatality, but it's going to take a little bit more than that, right? The opening damage was good, but he needed to be a little bit craftier with how he actually closed in for that frag. Or you play the damage, you say, hey, I just got all this damage for free, now I can commandingly, I should say, control the middle of the map. You're going to get the Mega, you're going to get the red. So Fatality, playing position, playing for damage, not having the wisdom on these items. And this looks weird by today's standard, right? But like I was saying, this is the only map in the pool that had an item set up anything like this. If you're winning Quake 3 in the year 2000, you're winning DM6 with 2 yellows and a 50 HP. You're winning Tawny 2 with 2 yellows, a 50 HP, and 50 points of armor and shards. You know, it's a totally different game in terms of how items work. I think you definitely could be as dominant of a player as Fatality was in the year 2000 and have a weak item game. So anyway, while I'm talking, blue continues to demonstrate what I've been talking about. Fatality plays that position, okay? How weird is that position? Blue, really, really nice. He doesn't get the damage as he comes around the corner. Almost turns into a devastating turnaround for Fatality there. But blue pushes at a really smart time because he's able to collect this red. And he waits at this teleporter as well. Fatality's there trying to get the cheese play. But blue waits as long as he needs to and no longer to make sure he still gets to that Mega, right? It's very, very smart play, because even though blue takes a lot of damage getting that frag, he's got the items to fall back on, and he's pretty confident that no matter where Fatality spawns, he's going to be able to get that Mega. Blue's really, really cautious of another trap for Fatality there. That rocket really hurt as well. Fatality doesn't have more than 1 yellow armor there. I don't know if he has any yellow armor there, right? Is he playing... I think Fatality was playing with no armor, so he's on like 30 HP off of that. Maybe 80 after collecting a 50 HP up at rockets. There is a sneaky trap Fatality. Again, a position you never see people stand in these days. Fatality should be getting red right now. He can get a free red. There's a 50 HP down there. Blue would have to really commit to camping that spot in order to catch him at the tele exit. I think Fatality should have gotten red. And yeah, there it is. It's gone. So Fatality doing the right thing is going to have 100 armor. Blue only collects 50 armor in that rotation, so Fatality could actually come in with a decent armor stack here, but he's not going to have enough to get on this Mega. Blue actually trapping the Mega, he's sitting back, he's letting Fatality come to him, looking for these amazing rockets. Look how much damage he connects with there, but Fatality drops down, I believe collects the Mega during that, and yeah, he must have to have that much HP, so... very unfortunate for blue. He hit all the damage, but Fatality just got bounced around in a really fortunate way. But blue still does come out ahead, and it looks like blue is going to dominate the second half of this map, right? Fatality, he's either going to have to change up what he's doing and play these items a bit more carefully, or start going really aggressive and just trying to, like, nullify these items, right? Like, he's got to make pushes on the exit of items for blue, while bearing in mind what he can back away to. Fatality trying to wait out this Mega. Blue, look at that timing. He knew that he could push in there and get that damage and get that frag before the Mega came up. And we're talking microseconds there. This is super precise stuff. Blue is looking phenomenal. Like, this looks like a player in 2021 playing Quake Live, Quake 3, whatever you want to call it, right? These are the decisions a modern player would make. They're a little bit slow, you know, they're not quite as polished as you might expect, but he's hitting 6 rockets. There we're seeing something we actually haven't seen much in this map, the through-floor damage. Blue actually goes for the shot through-floor, clean rockets, again making that push, you know, leaving it right until the last minute on that Mega, but making sure that he has enough time to clean up that Mega. Really solid spawn frags here. Again, the rockets are delightful to watch. There's something about Quake 3 rockets, right? They're slow, they're beautiful. Absolute things of beauty. If you haven't seen the Get Quaked 3 frag movie, I highly recommend looking it up. Some of the sickest rockets of all time. These guys are incredible. Nice trap here. Blue's taking a little bit too much damage. He needs to try and back out of the situation. He shouldn't push into the shaft right now. He's just asking to lose everything. He's got a great lead. Surprised Fatal1ty doesn't actually, you know, have like a spam rocket or something towards the Mega there. Like, they're free to fire. But also, I guess I say that with Quake Live Brain, okay? If you're playing Quake Live, I wish I could draw on the screen or something here, right? If you're like, you go down and left, the doorway into the weird fleshy pillar room. I don't know how else to describe it, okay? It's Quake 3, it's got a weird fleshy pillar room. It's not a Quake 3 map without a good weird fleshy pillar. The room that has LG and in Quake Live a yellow armor, right? Really strong defensive spot. You consider that doorway, you can spam towards Mega. In Quake 3, it's not quite as good because there's no yellow armor, right? So you can go in there to hide, you can go in there to wait. If you will excuse me while I make a little bit of weird microphone noise adjusting my stand there. You try to like, you know, you can wait out the game a lot there, but you're not going to get any stronger. And your opponent's going to be able to take everything, and it's hard to leave that room. So maybe actually not as strong of a position as my intuition says it is, just because I've got Quake Live Brain. Blue stuck with the wrong gun out there, gonna have to give up middle map to Fatal1ty. Mega health is gonna be coming. Blue could be facing some competition here. Fatal1ty should be putting his foot down around this Mega. And yeah, Blue actually happy to concede it, right? He's accepting that he probably actually comes into that with a stack disadvantage, and not from a great position either. And this is a classic move, right? This is the kind of thing I like to do against weaker opponents who don't time as well. You know, they've collected the Mega, and you just slip down and get red, and they have no idea what's going on. I'm just gonna, sorry, you'll have to excuse me while I adjust my stand here. I don't know if it's noticeable, but it is slipping down oh so slowly. I'm having to like hunch over to talk into it. Okay, I really need a new stand. But yeah, players who don't time well, right? They don't know that they have to charge out of that Mega and get to a strong position to stop you stealing red, and so they just don't do it, right? They're just not thinking about the red. So you get them for free. And that's something that, you know, Fatal1ty really should not have given to Blue. And Blue is starting to run this clock down already, okay? If you're thinking this is a 10-minute duel, that we're 1 minute out here, you are wrong. Quake 3, 15-minute games. We've got another 6 minutes of this, and Blue is already starting to try and slow things down. Fatal1ty, on the other hand, is trying to speed things up. He knows that, you know, 5 frags on this map is a lot. Beautiful grenade there. And this is something Fatal1ty does really well. His grenade spam has been top-notch in all the games I've watched of him so far. It's a real champion's mentality thing, right? Like, players who have good grenades are players who win games, because spamming a grenade is pretty free. You can do it from a safe position, but if you know what you're doing, you know, if you're timing items well, if you're aware of your opponent's stack, hitting a grenade, suddenly you can make a really snap decision, make a push, or make a play for an item that you otherwise wouldn't have been able to do, and it's basically free. So Fatal1ty's done well. He's in a bit of a weak position, and he's late coming into Mega. That lets Blue hit a really sick rocket. Blue trying to slip out of this room. He's actually quite weak. Fatal1ty's going to be chasing down Blue. This is a scary, scary place to be. He hears Fatal1ty coming behind. Blue, he doesn't want to get stuck in the fleshy pillar room. Great defensive LG here. It's hard for Fatal1ty to push forward. Blue actually kind of corners himself. Fatal1ty walking out directly into the rockets. Blue, it looks like he's just going to be too good for Fatal1ty here. Okay, Fatal1ty just had everything. That is a rocket through the floor. And this is one of these crazy things about early Quake 3, okay? You could rocket people through really thin floors, and some of the maps like this and 24 were obviously designed around that. And they play very differently without it. Fatal1ty, again, just sitting on that Mega. This time it pays off Blue a fraction of a second too late. And also, sorry, just a weird little thing here. It looks like Blue has some impressive medals and 10 gauntlets. This demo, taken in the year 2000, it's been converted to one demo format and then converted again. I guess a couple of things going a little bit wrong there. I don't want to get too sidetracked here. That just kind of stood out to me. Fatal1ty does have an opportunity here, and he's got to play hard. he's got to deny big items from Blue, right? He can't let Blue just slip onto things for free. Blue gonna be playing near this Mega, and yeah, he's running around, right? Wasting time, basically. He's gonna want to make himself hard to frag. He's gonna want this rocket at some point. Fatality would do well to deny it. This LG room, bit of a trap. Fatality, probably a blunder letting him get through there for free, right? Fatality had all the information he needed to hear Blue get there. Fatality's starting to rocket jump around a bit as well. That's gonna take a lot of his stack off. Strong position here for Blue. As long as he doesn't take a lot of spam, he should be right to get out of here. Here comes Fatality. Blue doesn't quite want him to come from that way, but he's able to hit the rocket and back out. Mega might actually just be up on the point here. Blue can't drop down smoothly. Hits the bounce pad. That's going to give Fatality a huge opportunity to push in and get this frag. I wish we could swap over to Fatality's point of view here as he chases down these last 4 kills. Blue drops down for the red. He's early. Fatality doesn't get any damage there. He comes for the exit. Perfect play. Perfect prediction. Blue might actually just sit at this teleporter. Actually goes through here. He's got another 3 minutes to burn down the clock, and he clearly doesn't want to just sit back and give Fatality everything on the map here. Solid spam by Fatality. You know, we should probably see like the rocket jump up to top again here. Fatality, he's going to be hunting. He's going to be trying to control where Blue can go, making sure that Blue's forced to play these bottom parts of the map. And Fatality, he's got to be hunting. Again, I wish I had Fatality's point of view here to swap over to. Oh, beautiful damage for Blue. That's going to slow the push down so much. And just comes up to this strong position. This could actually be the frag for Blue. Fatality slips away, but it's Fatality who's got to be pushing right now. You know, there's a lot of HP on this map. There's a lot of HP. I think there's something like 300 HP just in bubbles on this map, not including Mega. Fatality pushes through the corridor, gets some pretty nice rockets. It's do or die here. He has to make something happen. 6-4. Don't trust that scoreboard. The score's wrong, but Blue knows what he can get away with off that spawn. The machine gun, again, machine gun in Quake 3 stronger than Quake Live. Just off of the respawn, you can do a lot with that gun. Blue even going to drop down and make this play to deny the Mega, and actually look for damage as well. You know, he doesn't get too greedy, he doesn't stick around too long. More just looking to damage Fatality here and shut down the plays. 2 minutes on the clock, 3 frags. Blue looks like he's ready to walk this one out the gate. Fatality gets the trap on the yellow. Blue doesn't need to be going for these armors, but if he's going to hit rockets like that, it's not going to matter. Still 3 frags in it. Fatality fresh off the spawn. As long as he hasn't spawned at LG, Blue going to be in an excellent spot. And Blue, oh, he gets everything, right? Fatality doesn't spawn at that LG. Blue, so Blue's going to know that Mega might be. There's Mega. It just doesn't matter. Basically, it doesn't matter. Blue has won this game, and now he's just going to get to do a victory lap. The only thing he's scared of right now is Fatality spawning at LG. Again, you know, just like that previous spawn. Fatality probably going to be nearby, right? He's going to want to collect rockets. It's just got to be the push. 1 minute in it. Blue, he's going to be happy to just sit in this room if he wants it. He's not even going to just sit it out, right? He started to play passively at about the 8-minute mark, but he is not content to just sit out the rest of the game. If he sat in the fleshy pillar room, it would be impossible for Fatality to frag him without pretty much dying, right? Blue, how long was that respawn time? And now actually things looking pretty dicey, right? Because he gave that frag away in a close situation that he didn't need to, Fatality is able to put this pressure down for the spawn. Really great grenade. Fatality's got the kind of set plays, right? And Fatality is going to be coming down here to hunt for this frag, right? Once he works out that Blue hasn't spawned on the other side, this is exactly where Fatality's going to look for him. 2 frags in at 40 seconds. It could be done. It's not impossible. Fatality might make me eat my words. I wish we had Fatality's point of view for that chase. That would have been so much more exciting than man standing in shotgun room. But there we go. Blue clutches that one out. Fatality almost made it happen. That was a pretty good push, right? If Fatality had have shown up to more items at better times, weirdly enough, the scoreboard does not agree. Fatality could have shown up better to items. He could have had, you know, better positions onto Mega. He relied a little bit too much when it came to collecting megas on just sitting on that mega health, right? It's not a good plan, it's not a good play. You need to be a little bit smarter than that on this map. But it's early days of Quake 3, the game hasn't even been out for a year, and already the quality of these players is astronomical. Blue, he's someone I've heard talked about a lot, someone I've never watched until very, very recently, and I'm so impressed by his play. So that's Fatality versus Blue, Lost World. I believe that's from the grand final, and that may have even been, the final map of that tournament. Sadly, map order was lost.